Today's learning target is I can solve addition and subtraction equations. Today we're going to be looking at some different equations. And the thing for us to remember when we're looking at equations is the equal sign here means is the same as. So right here, when we look at this, 3 plus 1 we know is 4. That is equal to or the same as 4. Now, if I were to add 1 to this side, like that, it's no longer the same as the other side, as 4, because this side would be 5, this side would be 4. However, if we add the same to both sides, if we add 1 to both sides, then it is still the same as. So we'd have 5 here and 5 here, that is equal to or the same as. We could also take away 1 from both sides, and they would still be the same. So as long as we add or subtract the same number from both sides, it will still be equal. So if I have an equation like I'm looking at right here, this means the variable here means some number plus 2 is going to be equal to or the same as this 6 over here. So to do this, we want to figure out what x equals or what x is the same as. So we want to get this x alone on this side. In order to do that, I see we have, so this is some number plus 2. Well, this plus 2, if I could get rid of this plus 2, that would leave x all by itself. So what I do is I say, okay, if I have plus 2 here, and I take away 2 from this side, that's going to cancel it out. I had 2 and I take 2 away, it cancels out. But now remember, it has to be the same on both sides. So if I took away 2 from this side, take away 2 from this side. So even though I can do that in my head, I still show my work. And now what I'm left with is x equals 4. So if we have an equation that is dealing with subtraction like this one, we're going to do it the same way. So some number, and we're going to take away 14, and that'll be the same as 25. So I look and I say my goal is to get this letter by itself, this j. So I have a minus 14. I have to do the opposite so I can cancel it out on this side. So the opposite of minus is plus. Okay, and then so I'm going to do the opposite of minus 14 plus 14. And if I do that, it cancels out. Now remember to do the same thing on the other side. And when I do that now, j equals 29. So if we have an equation like this here, subtraction equation which deals with decimals, I solve it the same way. So my goal is to get this variable, this r, by itself to see what does it equal. So to do that, I see we're taking away 1.6 from r. So I want to do the opposite of this so I can cancel it out. So the opposite of minus is plus, so I'm going to add a 1.6 to this side. Okay, that cancels it out. Notice how I'm showing my work. Now over here on the other side, I have to do the same thing to keep it equal. So I'm going to add 1.6. Notice where I put it. I lined up my decimals so I didn't make a mistake. Make sure you do that. Whenever you add or subtract, you always line up those decimals. And when I do that, okay, I can even do like this, it gives me 5.81. So r is equal to 5.81. Let's look at an addition equation with a decimal, just like we have here. So we have 15 and 7/10 plus some number is going to be the same as 24 and 1/10. So I need to get rid of this so I can get m by itself. So to do that, I'm going to take away 15.7 because that will cancel it out. Now, I remember I'm going to line up my decimals when I take away 15.7 from this side, just like I did there. Now I do my subtracting, like I did here. I already showed you it. If you're confused and you don't know how I got to this part, make sure you ask me. But otherwise, I just subtract, and there's my answer. The key for today is to make sure, though, that you show all of your work. Even if you know how to do it mentally, show your work.